So Lin is asking, so this unseen program adds more insight to the current one. Yes, not only insights, but practical, what I call it, guided actions, activities that you can do to brush up your inner work. Okay, for example, how to flush out your monkey mind, how to remove blockers energies from your inner system, and things like that. How to be in the present, how to manifest as well. Oh, manifest will be the more advanced one. So not in this coming one. So you need to know the basic of how to move your energy first. Is that okay, Lynn? Any more questions? Later on, when we talk about the second half of these lessons, I'm talking about the improving your belief system, improving your RAS and amygdala. I think this unseen program will be a very powerful program to help you achieve all that and more. We'll talk about that later on, yeah? The RAS and the amygdala. I hope Alan is back already. Alan, are you back? Lynn is asking, is so this first gear to fifth is a prerequisite to eating divination? No, eating divination is a standalone program, not a first gear to fifth is not a prerequisite, and eating divination uh, does not have any prerequisite as well. Any beginners can also learn. Okay, but first gear to fifth is a prerequisite to eating form feng shui external, which is coming up in I think July or August if I'm not wrong. There's also a brand new program branching out from this first gear to fifth. So let me repeat. Eating divination or eating prediction, there's no prerequisite. Anyone can join. Okay. But this first gear to fifth is a prerequisite for form feng shui external, which is coming up, brand new program coming up, I think in July or August. I can't really remember the date. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, so I hope everyone is back. I hope Alan is back as well. Okay, so welcome back to the second half of today's lesson. It's still with the talking about the inner world, and we'll go deeper into how our mind assign meaning to a fact or to a situation. And this is very important because how you assign meaning to it will determine your reality. Because since we already noted that reality is personal, so it's not universal. What reality you're experiencing may not be a reality experienced by another person, as close as your husband, for example, or your wife. Okay, so even though they are very close to you, they may not feel the same way you do. Okay, because they did not create the story that you create. All right, so let's move on. Okay, now in order to understand how our mind assign meaning, first of all, we must understand certain basic information first. And then from all this information, we pull insights out and then make sense out of them. Okay, so based on research, based on research, the human body sends about 11 million bits per second of data, to the brain for processing. Wow. I repeat, the human body sends 11 million bits per second of data to the brain for processing. Per second, not per minute, not per hour, but it's per second, 11 million bits of data. Okay, to the brain for processing. Now, how do the human body receive all these bits of data? Look at the right side. Look at the right side. It says here, it's through the senses. Okay, the five senses that we have. That means the eyes, by looking at things, through the eyes is 10 million bits per second of data. Okay, 10 million bits. So that means right now, even if you're staring at the laptop, you are actually receiving a lot, 10,000 bits of data by just staring at my slides here now. Okay, So maybe you may be receiving information about what's the color of my mic, what's the color of my background, okay, what's the color of the font that I'm using, okay, and how many E are there, how many A are there, all these are information, data, okay, that your human body is receiving 10 million bits of data per second. That's through the eyes, okay, and through the skin is 1 million. Through the years, that means you hearing information, hearing news, hearing all the data, okay, 100,000. Through the smell, also 100,000. Through the taste, 1,000. So this information is just information, but we need to pull insights out. Okay, insights. What insight can you pull out from this information? Type in the chat box. What insights can you pull out from this information? Anyone? Any insights or no insights? To you, they are all numbers, statistics, digits. No difference. No distinction at all. Lindsay, dynamic processing. Okay, dynamic processing, very good. Now, one insight that I can draw out from this information is the eyes. The eyes receive information 10 million bits of data per second. Samuel said the brain is unlikely to use all this information. Very good point. Very good point. The brain is unlikely to use all this information. Very, 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 very good point. Yeah. So, okay, back to my insights that I have. Okay, you may have different insights, but the insight that I have is that the eyes, the visual, what we see. That's why in feng shui, right, we pay so much attention to visual symbolism. Okay, to visual symbolism, because it's going to send a lot of energy information. I say energy information is also energy, up to your brain. Okay, up to your brain. That's number one insights. Okay, so whatever you place that you can get to see one is very important. Number two, like what Samuel said, the insight is the brain is unlikely to use all this information because it will be choked, or it will be overwhelmed, or going to overdrive and then melt down. Okay, so our brain can't handle that. I think so. Yeah, right. So therefore, the thing about this, following up on Samuel's statement, is true. The conscious mind can only process. This is based on research, also not from me. The conscious mind can only process 50 bits of data per second. 50 bits only, lah. Okay, so that's how we say here what even taste alone, the smallest number is 1,000 bits per second. But our conscious mind, not subconscious, but conscious mind, can only process 50 bits per second. So there's voluminous information trying to squeeze into your body, but your conscious mind can only take in 50 bits. It's like 演唱会, there's only limited capacity, can only take in 100 or 50 only, but there are 10 million people trying to squeeze into the 演唱会. You got a point? So you need to do some filtering. Okay, so you need to do some filtering. Next. So therefore, one conclusion we can draw, okay, from that information and from the insights that we have, is that our brain is not designed to process every information that comes in. Okay, can't even handle 1,000. Don't talk about the 10 million that we see. All right. So therefore, it's a very good point. Here is that sometimes we see yet don't see. Do you agree? How many of you have this experience? You see yet don't see. You may be walking in the street in one direction, and then someone else walking in the opposite direction, but that is your friend, you didn't notice until he tap on your shoulder and say, "Hey, you purposely siam me." Have you ever happened this way? You're looking for 20-cent coin that you drop, but you can't find. Then after a while, you find it. Basically means you see yet don't see. I think this is what it's trying to tell us, that our brain can't receive all this information that's trying to squeeze in. So we can only be selective in what we are seeing, in what the brain want to receive. Okay. So therefore, our brain need to have filters. Okay, need to have filters to protect the brain from being overloaded. I think this is no-brainer thing or common sense things. Just like 演唱会, you need bouncer to stand there, or you need ticketing system to ration people from coming in. Okay, so therefore there are plenty full of filters in our brain, and each filter is actually filtering out certain things. Okay, certain things. So there are many filters. But I just want to draw your attention to two very important filters. Two very important filters that can hinder your success or propel your success, depending on how you make use of these two filters. Okay, so let me move on. The first one is called the RAS. In short, it's called the reticular activating system. How many of you know about these filters called RAS? Put up your hand or type something in the chat box that you have heard about it, or that you have studied this before, or that you were told about this before. It's called RAS, reticular activating system. Anybody? Some feedback? Or if this is the first time, you say, no, this is my first time. Lin say first time, yeah, first time. No worries, Lin. Okay. First time, Samuel say first time. Okay, so no worries, Samuel. First time is okay. Now, it is called reticular activating system. And where is this situated in your brain? Okay, in your brain is this little part here. Where is it? Okay, here. Okay, called the reticular activating system. It is slightly above your brainstem. You know what's the brainstem? The brainstem is here at the back, at the neck of your neck at the back. Okay, so the hollow part there, slightly above a bit, that is your reticular activating system. Now, what's the purpose of this reticular activating system? Okay, I'll talk more about that, but I just want to highlight this point here that RAS is the main reason. It's the main reason that you see yet not see. Okay. Just now I asked about you walk past a friend, but you didn't notice there's a friend. Have you have this experience before or something like this similar? Okay. See yet not see. Or sometimes when the first time when you do feng shui, right? I've taught you everything that I know. You go and do your own feng shui. You go and walk outside. You see yet not see, until I point out to you, say, oh, can you see the playground over there? Or can you see the burner over there? Things like that. Right? So you've been seeing it, but you're not seeing it because it has been filtered away by the RAS. Okay. Now look at the Toblerone picture on the left side. Look at that logo. Look at that logo. What do you see? Describe the logo. Describe the logo to the best of your ability. Lindsay don't understand my questions. No worry. You look at this logo. Where is it now? Okay, this one. This logo, Toblerone logo. Okay, it's a mountain. Describe that logo. Whatever you want to describe lah. If I will tell you, describe to me how does the logo looks like, Toblerone, how would you describe? Or what do you see in that logo? Mountain law. Okay, thank you. Mountain law. Okay, very simple, right? Mountain law, because to you, your RAS has filtered almost everything else except the mountain. So only mountain can go into your conscious mind and then comes out as mountain law. Okay, anyone else? Did anyone see a bear? Did anyone see a bear in the logo? Did anyone see a bear in the logo? Samuel say can see. Very good. Very good. Okay. So for Samuel, the ROAS actually allows more things to come in. Okay. So Lynn, can you see the bear? If you can't see, then let me show you the next slide. Hopefully can help you to see more. Lynn say, gosh, you mean I miss it my entire life? Now you see. This is the meaning of you see yet not see. It's right in front of you. It's been there. But by the way, the latest news is that they have to remove the mountain. Toblerone has been instructed to remove the mountain because they are not entitled to use the mountain anymore. Okay, I don't know what logo they were using. But yeah, luckily. Okay, so in case you missed the bear, now this will show you the distinction. So Lin say, yeah, saw it. Ayo, look like a rat. Okay, look like a rat. But this is the bear. Okay, this is the bear. Okay, so now the thing here is that RAS has been filtering off a lot of information. No, have you realized that now with this example that there's a bear there, but yet you don't see. Okay, but the bear is there. That is the fact. The bear is there. The mountain is there. The bear is there. Okay, but the thing about this RAS thing is like that. Once you see it, it's very hard to unsee it. Lin, if I go to ask you to show you the original package again, can you unsee the bear? And same thing with everyone else. Can you unsee the bear? You can't really, right? That is the beauty of RAS. Now, what if in real life, in other situation parallel to like this, that bear represent your abundance, represent your golden opportunity, represent your money, represent your wealth, represent your prosperity, your success, your happiness, but you didn't get to see it. You only see the mountain all this while. Okay, so that is why it's very important to know how to awaken, to switch on your RAS to be able to spot abundance. Right? Okay. I hope this is one of the aha moment for you. Okay, there are many plentiful like this. For example, Baskin Robin. Look at the logo. Look at the logo. Can you tell me about the logo? What do you see? Now, Baskin Robin, if you have tried the ice cream before, yes, 31. Okay, very good. They claim to have only 31 flavors. All right, and then it's been embedded into the logo 31. Thank you, Lin. 31. Samuel, thank you. 31. Okay, so now once you can see, you can't possibly unsee already. So you must train your RAS to be able to spot, loosely speaking, know how to spot money opportunity if you want. Okay, or career opportunity. All these things must switch on. Know how to switch on. How about this FedEx? I'm just using all these loose examples just to bring across the point that what our RS is doing to us, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, right now, if you're first time learning about RAS, then I think that is all unknowingly. But after learning RAS, you still can't see a lot of things, especially abundance. Then I think it is knowingly not switching on. Then that is your choice. Yeah. How about this FedEx? Can you see anything? Can you see the arrow here? The arrow here in between the E and the X. Yeah. Okay. So there are a lot of that's not what we call about what is not said is actually more powerful than what is said. Okay. So something like this is not said. Nothing is said about the arrow. It's only telling you about FedEx, but the arrow is there. It is their logo. Okay, it's their logo. Yeah. Okay. How about this? The last one. Just for fun only Okay. This one. I also saw this in the social media. Okay. So it's something like this. For example, when I was preparing all these slides, right? And when we're talking about RAS, right? When I come to preparing this topic on about RAS, I say that, oh, universe, please show me some materials that I can use in class to talk about RAS. And guess what happened? All these things shows up, pop up, then I straight away download and use it in the class. Okay, so this is the power of RAS, because if I don't turn on my RAS to say that I want to look out for this thing, I will not get to see them. I won't be able to attract them to show up in my social media. Okay, so as I say that you know, first gear to fifth is actually one of the way to do effective manifestation. And one of the, the powerful way is to turn on your RAS. So look at this. Can you see the small man now? Can you see the small man? Yeah. Okay. Of course. Whether it is a bow tie or a small man, doesn't matter. But if now you look at it, somebody point out to you and say that, hey, it look like why the body is so little. And then you say, hey, oh yeah, huh? This is called possibilities. This is called possibilities. Okay, and this become an insights. You get my point? This become the aha moment. And all these things because your RAS is filtering off a lot of things. So one way, if you want to have a 1 degree shift based on possibilities, you need to turn on the RAS. Okay, next. Back to my question just now. What if it's money that you see yet not see? You get my point? What if it's career opportunity that you see yet not see? What if it's a 贵人 that you see yet not see? Okay. So RAS, important or not? Important. And this RAS is the one that will interpret, is like a sentry at the gut house that side. Okay, all the information, 10 million information trying to come in, right? Data, not information, data coming in. Okay, and at the sentry, the RAS, because it's at the brainstem, so it's the first sentry to say that, okay, you can come in, you cannot come in, you can come in, you cannot come in. You get my point? And based on what did the RAS use to say that you can come in, you cannot come in? Based on what? Okay, there must be a guideline given to the RAS, right, to the sentry, right, to say that, okay, you use this guideline, and you look at all this data, only all those data that fits this guideline can come in. The rest, you throw them out. Now, if let's say you have a guideline to say that you don't deserve money, you don't deserve a promotion, you don't deserve to have good colleagues, what will happen? Okay, even though there are opportunities for you to see good colleagues or have career opportunities or maybe an opportunity for a promotion, you probably will not get to see it also, even though they show up right in your face. That's like the Toblerone. Darren say, I like to highlight my personal view when switching on RAS. It helps to guide us to see things clearer and better. However, the next question to yourself, are we okay and prepared to handle the consequence outcome to be better rather than blaming ourselves? Good point, Darren. Okay, so to tie this, very good point raised by Darren, is back to my power of intention program. Okay, my power intention program is basically talking about what is your grand plan intention in life. For me, very clear. Okay, to be able to make a positive difference in people's life and to make eating easy and practical. That's very clear for me. Okay, so when I'm preparing for this program here, my intention is also very clear. Okay, so when I'm very clear about my intention, when I turn it on the RAS, the RAS will know very clearly what is my intention and will help me get what I want. So that all these things will show up right one by one right in front of me in no matter of time. Okay, so very good point, Darren. Thanks for pointing this out. So RAS, let me repeat one more time. It is there as a sentry, first sentry, to dictate who can come in, who cannot come in. And based on what? Based on a guideline that he is given. Okay. So when we talk about the guideline, means the rules, the rules that the sentry, the RS will check against the guidelines. Okay. So therefore, when an information or data try to comes in, the RS will have to arbitrarily decide, right? This information, I think this information doesn't fit the guideline. Throw, cannot come in, throw. Okay, so the RAS is the one that assign meaning to for you, no? Assign meaning for you, right? So therefore, how is your guideline formed? Okay, in a nutshell, okay, in a nutshell, in simple terms, it could be one of your intention, your master intention. That's why I have this power of intention program is to lay the groundwork, okay, lay your groundwork for your intention in life so that you can build up your RAS, so that the RAS can use that as a guideline. That's number one. Your belief system. Now, belief system is something that's very hard to change. Very hard to change. As you get older, it is even harder to change until a life threatening event comes along. All right. That is called a life bump. Then your belief system could be changed in an instant. Okay. In an instant. Otherwise, it's very hard to change someone else's belief system as they age. Okay. And last but not least is also their knowledge of life. What do they know about life? Okay. How do they, deal with, or how do they see filial piety, for example? How do they see, certain things? How do they react with government agency, things like that? All this is their knowledge of life. Okay. As they grow up, they learn, they picked up, they become the SOP. So it's called knowledge of life. Belief system is also partly based on what they believe, partly based on what is being inculcated into them and things like that. And master intention is more of 后天, where you want to go to. Okay, so basically, by and large, there are many others, but by and large, these are the three major things that will form the basis for the guidelines that RAS keep on using to decide who can come in, who cannot come in. Do you know what guideline is your RAS using? It's very important because if you set the wrong guidelines for the RAS, right, you will get to see what your guideline says. Yeah. Now, let me cite an example for you, a real life example. Many years back, I'm not conducting online. I was having a classroom lessons. So after the classroom lessons, we pick up, one of the students stay back to ask me question and things like that. So fine. So um, yeah. So after I picked up already, we walked together to the MRT station. And then along the way, as we walk towards the MRT station, now let me give you a bit background about this student. This student, a bit negative thinking, and always feel that she's not good enough. Okay, she didn't deserve goodness in life to show up, and she always feel that money is very hard to earn. Okay, and money does not come easy. She must work very hard to get the money. Okay, this is her guideline that she has given to her RAS. Okay, a bit background. So as we were walking towards the MRT, I saw right in front of her path, because we're walking side by side. Yeah? So right in front of her path, not my path, of her path, right in front, I think about 5 steps ahead, there is a $10 bill lying on the floor. I saw that. Okay, so I was assuming that she saw also. So as we walk nearer, 4 step, 3 step, 2 step, I was puzzling why there's no reaction from her. Okay, so never mind, I keep quiet. Okay, so we walk past the $10 bill, the $10 notes. And then after we walk past, I stop and I turn to her and say, did you notice the $10 notes? Okay, she turned back to me and say, what $10 notes? So I turned her head and said, look on the ground behind you. She said, oh, I didn't know there's a $10 note there. Now, this is the RAS at play. Okay, because she programmed her way, the RAS recognize that this is the guideline. You see money, because the guideline say there's no such thing as easy money. So this information cannot come true, cannot go to your conscious mind and tell you, hey, wait, there is money, alert, there's money on the ground. Okay, so this is one story, real life story, that I can share with you. If you don't turn on your RAS, this is how much you're going to miss in life. Okay. Yeah, I think this is just to illustrate the example. So another thing is that the RAS will keep on seeking information that validates your belief, because your belief will form that guideline, right? So whatever information that can come in have to first validate that guidelines, validates that belief system. So therefore, it's a spiral down effect. or spiral up or spiral down, up to you. Okay. Why validate is because, for example, if a belief system say that money is hard to earn, that is one of a belief system. Okay. And when you can see money, the RS is say that this does not validate your belief. So it's not supposed to come in, cannot come in at all. Right? So, but if let's say on the flip side, you have a belief system saying that money is everywhere, it's so easy to reach you, okay, flow easily to you, money, then you see money everywhere. You see opportunities everywhere. Okay, and opportunities can easily be transmuted into money energy. Right? Okay. So my take to you is happy people focus on what they have. Unhappy people focus on what is missing. Right? What is missing? Huh? So for that student, she has been focusing on the missing money. Oh, money is hard to earn. Money is hard to earn. There's no such thing as easy money. There's no such thing as free money. So she focused on what is missing. But for other rich people, wealthy people, successful people, they focus on what they already have and they multiply what they have. They multiply what they have. Okay, so we focus on the right thing, right? Like what I think Darren earlier on mentioned. Now, focus on what matters. Okay, what you focus, energy go, and where energy go, it expands. Okay, so in short, actually, a lot of things in your life, even though you feel that it's missing, they will perhaps they were always there, but you never pay much attention to them. Could it be this way? Okay, so my question to you: how much of the world are we not seeing? How much of the world are you not seeing? How much of the abundance are we walking by every day? Right? Then on the flip side, there's a Chinese saying, 天下本无事啦，庸人自扰之啦. Okay, loosely translated, it says that nothing is anything until you make it something, then it becomes what you make it. That's now we talk about the reality. What you see plus the meaning you assign to it is what you get. So now you know the culprit, actually not the culprit, he's just doing the job, based on the guideline you gave him. So this RAS is actually to assign meaning to it. And once you assign meaning, actually whatever comes in is neutral. Nothing is anything until you assign meaning to it and you make it into something, and then it becomes what you make it, and that becomes your reality. Okay, so it's the same with the stories that you create. So if you want to create stories, do create a beautiful, positive one. Now, my question to you next is, what should you be feeding your RAS with? Type in the chat box. What do you think you should be feeding your RAS with? Type in the chat box. Doesn't matter right or wrong, because we are here all to learn, to share, to help each other, support each other. So it doesn't matter if it's wrong. Okay, so what do you think you should be feeding your RAS with? Lindsay, positive thoughts, clear intention of what I want to achieve. Very good, very good. Okay, but do you know how, Lin? Do you know how to do it? Now that you know what to do, but do you know how to do? Maybe, okay, never mind. No problem. Okay, let's move on with the slides. That's why you're in this course. Okay, I hear you. No worries. That's why we are here right now. Turn on your brain switch. Are you all ready to turn on your brain switch? Type a yes in the chat box if you are. Okay, yes. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Samuel. Now, like I say, if you want a more powerful dose of solution, how to beef up your RAS, then you should come for that Awaken the Unseen Energy within the brand new program. But right here, I'm going to show you something equally effective and something that you don't have to know much about your inner energy, but you can do it in a layman way. Okay, but equally effective. So, first thing, you have to know your master intention. Okay, you have to know your master intention, because once you know your master intention, for example, for me, if let's say one of my intention is to prepare this first gear to fifth program and the slides in a way that you can easily understand, or in a way that I can easily convey the true essence of what I want to convey, then okay, that is my intention. Then whatever that can fit into this intention, please download to me. Okay, that is my intention. And I send this to universe. So this is my guidelines that I send to my RAS. So my RAS will go and work with universe, saying that once you know this, send this to me, either through social media or either to email or to whatever thing. Okay, or through some other guru courses that they share the same thing. That I can also use it for you all. Okay, so all these things works. First thing first is with your intention, because this is something that you can control. Belief system is a bit difficult, and belief system is something that you should do it in the unseen program. But intention is whole tian, that is something that you can do. Okay, so and this intention, once you have set it already, it should be supported by intense focus and goal. Don't go away thinking that today I set this intention, tomorrow I change, the next day I change, or next month I change again. If you keep flipping intention, the RAS will get confused. Okay, and the universe will get confused also. So remember just now that yesterday we did that wheel of life exercise. We are not done with the exercise. I think it's a good time, if you have done it yesterday, then it's a good time to revisit that and then push in this RAS thing. How can we make use of the wheel of life to use the RAS, turn on the RAS to get things that you want? Yeah. So remember, we stopped at the point whereby I ask you to score now and score 2 years time, and ask you which one is the biggest pain. Okay, I'm sure some of you have already identified your biggest pain, right? So what do you want so much that is going to keep you awake at night? Your biggest pain. That you can set as your intention, your interim intention. So don't switch intention until this issue or these challenges has been resolved or has improved, until a point that you're comfortable, you can move on to another area. Okay, so don't switch intention until you are okay with it, or you feel comfortable that you can live with it, you move on to the next one. So you can do it, focus one area by one area by one area until you cover all the 8 areas. Okay, so now let's do this exercise. Try to do it, because if you don't do it now, the chances are, after the program, you won't do it already, or you have no motivation to do it. Okay, I'll set aside this 2 minutes, and I want you, to really think back yesterday, that the biggest pain point, what is it? Okay, is it work, career, relationship, money, wealth, personal growth, whatever lah, your biggest pain point. And I want you to think about it and visualize it. Imagine 2 years have passed and we happen to bump into each other on the street. And then you were so excited to see me, and you straight away tell me, say, you know what, Kun Leong? The last 2 years have been amazing. Let me tell you about them. Okay. So what is it that you want to tell me? I'll give you 2 minutes. You go and visualize it. If write it down if you can. Write it down if you can. And after that, if you want to share in the chat box, feel free to share. So when you share, at least I can put in my 2 cents worth. Correct you here and there, or tweak here and there for you. Is that okay? So I'll start the timer, 2 minutes timer. The question is, imagine 2 years have passed and we bump into each other on the street, and you're so excited to see me, and you tell me straight away, say, you know what, Kun Leong, the last 2 years have been amazing. Let me tell you about them. What is it that you want to tell me? Starts now. Visualize it as descriptive as possible. with more details as possible. I remember one of my clients who shared this with me. He said, in 2 years' time, I bump into you. This is what I'm going to tell you. My life was so amazing. I've had a very relaxing life, but my income keep coming in even though I'm sleeping. So I said, good, tell me more. I run an online business, and every morning I just open up my laptop and I see a lot of PayPal, PayPal email saying that you receive this fund, you receive this one, you receive this order. I was so happy looking at the email. Okay, and every day I do that, and it makes me so happy. I have a lot of time freedom. I can support my family comfortably, and this is exactly the life that I want 2 years ago, and it happened for me now. This is what he described to me. So, what is it that you want to tell me? So, as descriptive as possible, so that your RAS know what you want, is equally clear as your future. 25 more seconds. If you are done and if you want to share, do type in the chat box. Don't have to be the full text, it could be a summarized one. Okay, thumbs up. Anyone want to share? Are you all done? Do you have a vision? If you have a vision, type a yes in the chat box if you have a vision. Or type yes, I do have a vision. Can you see something? Or is it vague? Or is it very clear? Lynn said yes, but too shy to share. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, I'm not probing. All right. Is it very clear to you? Or is it very vague? As if you can visualize it in very crystal clear way, like watching movie like that, then very good. Okay, very good. Then the RS is very clear what you want. Lynn say a bit vague, but know what I want. Very good, very good. Okay, keep it up, keep it up. Okay, like say once you know this is your biggest pain and you want to solve these challenges, this is one way to awaken the RAS to source or scan for you what are the things that has a very good fit for your intention. It shows up, allow them to come into your conscious mind. Okay, so very good. So I hope the rest has also done them and have a very good vision. Lynn say intention setting not so easy. Many things on the mind. Okay, now remember 1 degree shift. 1 degree shift. If I were you, I will break the intention down. If let's say it's a very big grand intention, I will break it down into digestible chunk. How to eat an elephant? It's not to eat it at one go. It's to cut it up into smaller pieces, smaller chunks, and eat it one by one. And in no time, I will complete all the elephant. So same thing with your intention. If it's too big, too huge, too grand, chop it up. Okay, chop it up so that you achieve one small chunk by one small chunk. Is that okay, Lynn? Right? So good try. Okay, good try. So if let's say it's too big, break it down. Right? So one small step is always small step, small step, small step, 1 degree shift. Okay, next. We are not done yet. Next, I'll put aside 1 minute for this. Okay. If you need more time, let me know. Okay. So the thing is, once you have that vision, right? You have that vision, right? Because you've been telling me, oh, you achieve that, achieve that. Okay. So good. Good. I'm happy for you. Now, I ask you this. Since you have achieved that 2 years later, now what was the one small change we discussed today that you committed to take action on that changed everything, that propel you onto that path that you make you reach that destination 2 years later? Okay, I'll start a timer, 1 minute. Right. The question is, what was that one small change we discussed today that you committed to take action on that changed everything and that propel you onto the right path? Not a big change, just a small change, or a small shift, a 1 degree shift, or one small thing that you do. No need big. It can be you do, or it can be you change, or you remove, or you take away, or you throw away, or you add on one small thing that you add on. Anything that you do today, or do tomorrow, or do this week, that you are committed to do, that change everything. What is that? 10 more seconds. No need to think big. Sometimes even a crazy idea works. So don't judge. Okay, thumbs up. Do you have? Do all of you have that one small change that you're committed to take that change everything for you? Yes. Yes. Remember the 2-year vision that you have been telling me, you bump into the street, you're so happy to tell me what you have achieved, Okay. So yeah, we noted that you have achieved that 2 years later. Now, what is that one thing that you did today that make that change possible? Okay. That is what this question is about. So Lin say, yes. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I hope the rest also have. So very good, Okay. So that thing that you just wrote down, you are committed to do it. Okay. If you don't commit to do it, then that 2-year vision may not be there because you didn't take that 1 degree shift today. Right? Now, next, not done yet. Next, I'll assign 2 minutes to this. List 2 more small steps that you commit to act on by end of this week. Now, you have already stated one thing that you're going to do, one small thing you're going to do. Now, list 2 more, okay, that you commit to act on by end of next week. Okay, let me start the timer. Let's go. List 2 more small steps, not big change, small steps. I remember a few years back, I think during COVID 2020, a guy came to me. We met, and he was say 他很倒霉 or 很倒霉, career no good, relationship no good, everything no good. So I asked him, I do the same exercise with him lah. So he told me that he won. 2 years later, he bumped into me. He was very happy that what call that? He has a stable job, recognized job, things like that. Then I said, where is that job? He said, oh, definitely not this company. This is his vision, no? This vision now, he tell me definitely not in this company. Then I say, okay, then in that case, I'm happy for you. Can you tell me what is one small change that you're committed to do today? Okay. Then he say, oh, I know. I have to change job. There's one small thing that he need to do, okay, to change job. Okay, that's it. Good. Now, can you list 2 more steps that you're committed to do by end of this week? Okay, I will go and update my resume. This is one step. And second step, I will go and post it up in the job street or something similar lah. Okay, so yeah, these 2 small things that he can do, right? And late last year, he messaged me and say that I'm very thank you for the coaching that I've given him. Okay, because now he has changed job. He was given a promotion shortly after he joined the company, and now he's enjoying a very good pay. Okay, things have changed just because he has taken that one small step 2 years ago, in COVID 2020. 5 more seconds to go. So how about you? If he had remained in the old job, I think 2 years later today, he will still tell me the same thing. The job sucks. Okay, done. Thumbs up. So did you manage to list down 2 more steps that you commit to act on by end of next week? Did you? Sort of. Okay, good. Thank you, Lin. Good. I hope the rest have also. All right. So what you need to do after doing this, right? One more last step. Okay, one more last step. After next week, because you have achieved 3 tasks already, right? 3 small tasks, right? After next week, once you have completed that, can you rinse and repeat the same thing that we did today, week after week? So it's sort of every week you're doing something to get yourself closer to where you want to be in 2 years' time. This is called intentional living. This is where you keep on updating the RAS, say that, okay, this is really updating and reinforcing the RAS. Huh? This is what I want, this is what I want, this is what you have gotten me. I'm thank you, so grateful for that. Show me more, show me the next step, show me the next step, show me the next step. Okay, so do this, rinse and repeat week after week. No brainer, right? It's not a very big change that you need to do, right? It's just that week after week, just keep on rinsing and repeating what you did. And by doing that, you are actually making a 1 degree small step change each time, each week. Okay, so make things easy is every week lah. Huh? Right. Then again, despite doing all this, I must put in a disclaimer is that no amount of feng shui or whatever things that you're doing can help if you keep making all the wrong choices. I repeat, no amount of feng shui can help if you keep making all the wrong choices. When I say feng shui, I mean that is one of the metaphysics way lah. So you may do some 八字 reading lah, to buy some feng shui ornaments or whatever lah. You can buy all those expensive stuff lah. They say it will work for you. Now, none of it can help if you keep making all the wrong choices. Okay, so making the right choices is very important from today onward. Okay, so I want to share with you this. I call it the decision influencer. Okay, decision influencer. So that will help you to decide whether when things shows up, when your RAS allows certain information to come into your conscious mind, and whether you should act on it or not, that is a choice to be made, right? So I want to share with you this method that I use for myself and my clients to help them make better decisions. Okay. Now, why is it important? It's because every intention has an energetic vibration to it, and so is every choice. So if intention has a vibration frequency, your choice also have a vibration frequency. And that frequency, if they are matching and they resonate to each other, then you're making the right choice because that choice will elevate your intention. Now, if they are fighting against each other, that means they are not in sync, then you're pulling apart. Okay, so making choices, very important. Yeah, the right choices. And I call this the key. The key is the symphony of alignment. Okay, symphony of alignment. And in short, this is the one. We check for alignment. Wherever we're about to make a choice, we check for alignment because now we already know our 2 year plan, our intention. Now, the question is this: what to check, what to ask is the choice I'm about to make in alignment with my intention? In other words, is the choice I'm about to make going to get me closer or further away from that intention? You get my point? Okay. So before making any major decisions, ask yourself this. Okay. So for example, if someone say I want to live a healthy lifestyle, okay, I want to live a healthy lifestyle, uh, but every time they go and eat those oily food junk food are their choices of food aligned with their intention? Obviously not. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't eat at all, but you can once in a blue moon, but not every day. Okay, so you want to make choices, always ask yourself this: are the choices I'm about to make in align with my intention? Are they going to bring me closer to a healthy lifestyle or further away from healthy lifestyle? If yes, do it. If it's further away, then you know it's the wrong choice to make. You get my point? So this is the easiest way. And really, because in I Ching, it always tell us when we make decision, always make it from a standpoint of Wu Jiu. Wu Jiu means no regret, no blame. Okay, and if you make a decision based on these questions, alignment, then there's no regret, there's no blame. You get my point? Okay, next, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is one very powerful way. That means setting your intention. Setting your intention is one very powerful way to tune your intention to set the guideline for the RAS. Belief system is a bit harder, okay, based on layman thing. That's why I have that Awaken the Unseen Energy program to deal with that belief system. Okay. And also the third one, I can't remember what's the third one that I written there. Okay, but never mind. The one are more of the inner energy one. Okay, next, there's no guarantee of success even though you turn on the RAS. I'm putting in a disclaimer here. Why? Okay, why? That's because in our brain there are a lot of filters, right? I mentioned, and RAS is just the first and one of the many filters that important filters. Now, even though information can come in, the information before reaching the conscious mind has to go through few others filters. So will they be cut off? We don't know. Okay, so that will depend. So let's move on to the next important filters. There are plenty full of filters up there. I just want to highlight two filters for you to take notes because they play a big role whether you can receive abundance or not. Now, the second major filters that you need to pay attention is this filter called amygdala. Where's amygdala? Amygdala is here. Is here. There are two amygdala, one on each side. Okay, one on each side. It's called amygdala. Okay. Now, one on the left, one on the right. Now, what is this amygdala doing? Okay, in case you're asking, this amygdala has one function and one function only, is to watch your survival. Okay, watch over you so that you survive and you fit into this world safely. So the keyword is safety, survival. This is the keyword, right? So when you go into fight or flight, that is your amygdala telling you what to do. Okay, telling you what to do. Siama. Okay, this is amygdala. Okay, right? Now, amygdala, because this is the only role, it wants to protect you from change. Why? Because as long as you're in the comfort zone, right? Amygdala know you'll be safe because you're in the comfort zone one. So therefore, the moment you say, let's try something new, amygdala kanjong already. It's just like your security officer in an organization. Okay, the security officer very kiasi because it's taking care of the security ma. Okay, every small thing cannot, Okay, the best thing is nothing change because when it's nothing change, everything will be as usual. When it's as usual, then everything is safe. Same thing with your body and with your mind. Okay, and this amygdala is so good with that. As long as you thinking of stepping out of the comfort zone, the amygdala will think of all the reason to say, hey, it's not safe, it's not safe. It's better to stay back at where you are right now because it's safer this way. You won't know why it's so uncertain out there. So better stay put. Don't make that change. Don't accept that offer. Blah, 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 blah. What if this? What if that? What if everything else? Okay, so this amygdala, this is your so-called noises. That's how we talk about the noises, right? Amygdala is so fond of giving you all the noises because the main purpose is it wants to keep you safe and sound. Nothing wrong, right? Nothing wrong because that's how Darren mentioned. If it's real danger, then we should listen to the amygdala. But there's no real danger like this, but all these are noises, then we must find a way to handle the amygdala because they are not the boss. They are just a security officer. They are just doing their work as a security officer. They are not your boss. You are the boss. They are just part of you. Okay? But sadly speaking, a lot of us listen to amygdala like listen to a boss like that. Do you agree? Okay, so now staying back in the comfort zone doesn't mean that it is necessarily good lah. Okay, doesn't mean it's necessarily good because to amygdala is good lah because nothing changed so it should be safe so this security officer nothing to do okay, but it's not necessarily good. It's familiar. It's just familiar. That's all. That's about it. Okay, so this is the problem with comfort zone, right? And amygdala is also an expert in what if. I'm sure you have experienced the power of amygdala before. You want to change job, you say, what if this, what if that, what if economy no good, okay? And you want to buy a stock, you say, well, what if the market crash tomorrow, or what if the things like that, what if there's a news coming out, all the what if, until you dare not make a single move, and finally decide to say, do nothing, stay put. That's what amygdala wants you to do. But remember, he is just a security officer. Okay, next. So amygdala also have his own way of deciding whether it is safe for you or not safe for you, right? Right? Okay. So all this information is being stored in you. Okay. So the first thing is belief system, right? Remember the belief system? They also have their own guideline to say that, hey, based on past experience, this is dangerous. You got my point? Okay. So what is this past experience? What is this so-called information coming from that amygdala is picking up or your RAS is picking up? Now, let me share with you this analogy of a cup. All of us come into this world like an empty cup, really, really empty. When we are born, it's just empty, right? And then someone pour water into the cup, and that water is called information. Or you cross the road now, you got to look to your left, to your right now, or you cross this road now, be careful of being banged down by the what now. Or if you see the dog now, you better siam or you see that guy or with this kind of face one you better don't befriend him all these are information being downloaded into you by who? Someone else Okay, but when we were young, when we were baby, when we were growing up, who has that capability of downloading information into us? Okay, so, and then what kind of information are we getting? So, where do we get all this information and what are we getting? Now, of course, as when we were young, we get them from parents, directly from parents. So, everyday parents will say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, very dangerous, very risky, you get burned, blah, blah, blah. Fair. From our parents, from your family, from your friends when you have friends, kindergarten, primary school, secondary school as you grow up, teachers, religious leaders. Okay, if you have a religion, then religion leaders will tell you, 不可以做这个，不可以做那个，这是罪恶, this is a sin, you have sin, you have that sin, Or now worst case, media, TV, advertisement, movie, drama, social media, all these are downloading information. Okay, and it's practically from everything and anything around us and everyone around us. Okay, so we come in an empty cup. We have been poured in with information, and RAS and the amygdala make use of all this information to decide things for you, whether the information can come in or not, whether it is safe for you or not. So even though RAS we settle already, they allow certain information to come in, but let's say some could be a risky kind of information that get you out of your comfort zone. Now, when it comes to the amygdala say it's not safe, it's so risky, it's so unknown. It's going to throw you a lot of what if, a lot of noises already. Then jalan being blocked again. Okay, so what are they? Now that we know we are empty cup, but we have been downloaded with a lot of information. Now, what is it that they are downloading into us? Type in the chat box. What do you think they are downloading into us as we grow up? Type in the chat box. What are few things that you think they are downloading to us? Doesn't matter right or wrong, There's no right and wrong here, Darren say recently meet a female adult age 40 plus. She has bad phobia of Bangladesh, India, especially the black one. From young, the mom scared her about danger. It seems she carry all the way to today. Even walking, if she sees them, she changed them. Exactly. This is a deep-seated kind of belief system already. And this information is being downloaded by, unfortunately, the parents. Okay. Lin say their perception of what is right or what is wrong. Yeah. Okay. Very good, Lin. Thanks for sharing this. Yes. One of it that they're downloading to us is their perception of what is right and what is wrong. Okay. So thanks, Darren, for sharing his experience with one of the female clients. So indeed, it's very true. Think about yourself. What is it that you know, that you believe in, that doesn't come from you? Okay. It comes from someone else. I have one also. I don't mind sharing with you. Since young, my mother has always been telling me when someone offer you coffee, cup of coffee, you cannot reject. Okay, since young, because she had been telling me coffee is very big. 大晒, in Cantonese called 大晒, okay, 大過天, So, yeah, up to today, I have that belief system. Okay, that if someone offer me coffee, I cannot reject. So every time when I go back to my mother's place when I visit her, and when she asks me whether I want coffee, I cannot say no. Somehow I just cannot say no. It's in me. Even though I have a cup of coffee before reaching her place, when she asks again, I'll say yes, I would like to have one cup. Okay. But of course now I smart already. I don't drink before going there. I go there and drink. So what is yours? Okay. So not information are yours, no. Some are from other people's one. And it's theirs, not yours. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on. Okay. So what they're downloading, beside what Lin say, their perception of what is right, they downloaded their thoughts into us, their beliefs, their opinions, their emotions, their habits, their way of doing, and their way of not doing, and many others that are theirs, not yours. It's only as you grow up, then you learn through your own experience. Yes, you start to accumulate your own. Okay, but majority of it are not yours, are other people's one. So then the thing here is that sometimes I question myself, no, if I come in empty, right? Then they also came in empty, right? Then where do they get all this information? Correct, right? Oops. Okay. So then I ask myself, I've been asking this for many years already. Last time, uh, in fact, whose way of fitting in the way am I using right now? Is it my way? Okay, is it my way, or am I using other people's way of fitting into the world? Is it my way? If it's not my way, then whose way? Right? And then if it's other people's way, is it the right way? No, okay, it's just their way, it's just their way, and that we bought into it. We bought into their way of fitting into the world, okay, of what's right and what is wrong. So like what Darren said, the female adult, even though now it's 40 years old, an adult, okay, but she still has that kind of phobia towards Bangladeshi and Indian, or the black ones. Okay, a bit racism here. Okay, right. So is it the wrong way? We also don't know, but it's just their way. Okay, their way. So it's just their way. They use to survive and fit into the world. So a lot of time I don't impose my way of thinking into onto my children. I want them to discover on their own what works best for them. Right? I can give them some advice, but I say don't believe a thing I say. You go and try it out. If it becomes a good experience for you, then that becomes your own experience. You build up your own dictionary, okay, own SOP of life, right? So yeah, even for me, I have plenty full of information that are not mine, okay. But over these years, over the 10 over years, I've started to discard a lot of them already, okay. But how about you? So are they giving you the information that is true? Actually, we also don't know. Okay, but it's information that they believe is true. Remember, their own reality, they believe is true. That's why they thought that maybe it's good to inculcate into you. Okay, so you must listen to this. Black one, no good. Okay, something like that. Again, racism. Sorry. All right. So this information that I'm sharing with you right now, isn't this a very huge distinction for you to recognize and examine your inner world, your inner world, right? So inside your mind here is like like a filing cabinet, no? Okay, a filing cabinet I call your mind, and it's filled up with a lot of knowledge of life that may or may not be true. And then when we deal with things, when we deal with situations, when we deal with challenges, we go and ransack all this cabinet to find what is the best fit to deal with that situation. And some of this so-called best fit approach is someone else's approach, not yours. May not be the best, but it's what they believe to be the best. Okay? So amygdala, in short, is not to make you successful. The purpose of amygdala is not to make you successful. It is just to keep you alive and fit into the world. But yet, a lot of us rely so much on amygdala to decide how we live our life. Yes, we can take this decision. Yes, we can do that. No, we shouldn't. We should just step back. We should just stay put. We don't take risks. This amygdala. And all of us listen to it. Okay. So therefore, amygdala is fond of creating problems for you. Right? So once you recognize that, that will be a huge distinction for you. Stop creating problems that aren't even there in the first place. Is that okay, everyone? Right? So in short, oops, you are not your amygdala. Let me emphasize this again. You are not your amygdala. You are the one amygdala is supposed to be protecting. Okay? And the sad thing is, a lot of us are using the wrong tools to find success. Okay, you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You can't solve a problem that amygdala created for you. Okay, using back amygdala to solve the problem that they created, you can't solve. And many of us have been relying on amygdala. You know, before you make decision, you always ask amygdala, "Can I do this?" Amygdala say, "What if this happen? Huh? Then how? What if the bank crash? Huh? Then all your deposit gone? Huh? Then how? Jialat lah. Okay, they not make the move law. You see, amygdala create a problem for you, and you ask amygdala, "Can I do it or not?" Ask for solution. Of course, no solution. What? In fact, amygdala will give you even more problem. So, cut. Okay, cut. I'm not saying you cannot rely on amygdala, because recognize that amygdala is your security officer. You should also listen to your security officer, but not obey it. Okay, but not obey it. Huh? Right. So, are you ready to take charge of your amygdala? Are you ready to take charge of your amygdala? Do you know your amygdala now? Let's have some feedback here. How do you feel? Are you still with me? How do you feel after hearing about your RAS and the amygdala? Let's have some feedback here. Lin said many amygdalas. So yeah, so now you recognize all these noises comes from amygdala, and layman people will call them as monkey minds. Indeed, they will just produce noises, but they are not doing a bad job. They are just doing the job. Okay, they're just doing the job. So not all noises are irrelevant. Okay, like what Darren say, if there's imminent danger, you should listen to the amygdala. Okay, so let's tame the amygdala. Let's tame. Do you know how to tame your amygdala? Do you know? Do you want to know a way how to tame your amygdala? Okay, good. Thank you, Lin. Now, one simple layman way, which is pretty effective, right, is the next slides. Okay. If not, then in the unseen program, I will teach you the energetic way of taming the amygdala. Okay. So the simple way, equally effective, is now that you've noted that amygdala is just like your security officer. You being a CEO, you want to listen to all the VPs in your, in your organization, ask for their opinions and comments. So security officer amygdala is just one of them. Of course, you already expected that amygdala, this security officer, will give you problems more than solutions. Okay, so listen to it. After that, you are the boss. You will say that, okay, I think this is noise. All right, so you tell the amygdala, thank you for your reminder, but I've made the choice to the example. For example, you want to change job. You have an offer, you want to change job, everything sounds good. But then when you check in with amygdala say, alamak, now the economy is so bad leh. Even feng shui master say this year is very bad leh. Better don't change job leh. What you change job, like Meta like that, they retrench, like Google like that, they retrench how? Then suddenly with no job. Now your job is so secure, so good. Why you want to change job? Stay put. Okay, but if you have done all your homework and things like that, and you have done, maybe you know prediction, you have casted a qua, and you find that everything looks good for you. Okay, so therefore you may want to tame the amygdala, saying that, okay, thank you for the reminder. I've done all the homework and I've made the choice to take up the offer. Thus, do this. Simple way to do this. Okay, tame the amygdala. Do you think you can do that? Okay, don't entertain. The moment you recognize it's noise, don't entertain. The more you entertain, the more amygdala get hyped up and give you even more problem. Okay, settle it once and for all. Say, thank you for a reminder. I've made the choice to take up the offer. Lin says, so writing it down to internalize it. Yes. Okay, you can do that. You can do that. Very good point. You can write it down to internalize it. Okay. So a lot of time you don't know yourself. Okay, you don't know yourself well enough. If I've not shared with you things about what is covered in this first skill to feed, especially in today's lesson about RAS and amygdala and what they do to us, okay, and it's not their fault, they're just doing their job, okay, but it's just that we are feeding them with the wrong guidelines and things like that. So a lot of us are like fishes that they don't know they are in the water until they are out of the water looking back. They say, oh, actually I've been living in the water. Same thing for us. We have been thinking we are the mind, we are the and whatever is in the mind are us, and we obey them like anything else. Until someone pointed out to you, say, "Hey, you are like a fish, leh. You should come out of that water and look back at where you are right now." Then you find that, oh, all this while I've been manipulated by the amygdala. Okay, all this while all this information has been blocked by the RAS. Okay, so I hope this is another aha for you to say that a lot of time you can just step out, okay, step out of where you are right now and look back at you as though you are an observer, and you find that you can see things very clearly, very, very, very clearly. And this is something that I will teach in the unseen program as well. Okay, how to do it, the proper way to do it. Okay, so let's talk about the unseen. I think I've come to the end of this lesson for today. Any quick questions? Any quick question from anyone? Continue typing in. If you have a questions, I will address them. Just a bit of, if you're okay, can I just talk a little bit about this unseen energy within program? Is that okay with you? A very quick one. In case you're interested, at least you know what will be covered in this program. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Lynn. Okay. So this, like I say, this is an extension of learning where you can do things or solve problems in the energy world instead of in the physical world. Physical world is yin, energy world is yang. Okay, and they are the same because both are, we are talking about energies, whether it's in the physical form or in the energy form. So a lot of time when I can't settle things in the physical world, I will do things in the energy world. So you can too, and I'm going to show you how in this brand new program. Okay, so that's why I say it's awaken the unseen energy within, and it's to help you reconnect with your inner energy system and harness it to co-create an extraordinary outer world. You realize that the outer world will slowly shift to fit your inner world. Okay, the inner world that you have designed it to be. Yeah. And what are we going to cover? Is it too small? Okay, number one. Okay, number one, I'm going to show you a way how to have immediate, almost instant personal presence and have an inner energy awareness. So we'll go through an exercise. There are many guided exercise in almost every lessons that I will show you how, especially in number one partner, how to go into personal presence, how to feel your inner energy. Let me create the kind of awareness. Okay. So that once you are in present, suddenly you feel that your mind is so much clearer. Your noises is lesser and you have clarity. Like I say, water is actually clarity. Your mind is like water, that is clarity by nature. So how to make the murk settle so that the water can become clear again? This is one way, personal present. Then next, Once you're able to feel the energy, the inner energy, and able to go into personal presence, then cultivate how to cultivate a balanced mind, which is the next thing that you want to learn. Okay, so the balanced mind will help you unblock a lot of your blocker energy in your energy system. And once the energy blockers are being removed, you find that there will be a cascading shift in the outer world. Okay, next will be called channeling energy. And you discover one ancient technique for tapping into the earth energy and the cosmic energy to clear pains and blockers energy from your body system. Okay, and yeah, how to move lah. Basically, it's how to 转移. Okay, 乾坤大挪移 哈. Okay, how to move the energy. Next, number 4, understanding your healthy personal energetic boundaries. Now, a lot of us, why do we have issues, interpersonal issues with friends, with colleagues, with bosses, with spouse? Is because they don't have a healthy personal energetic boundaries. I'm not saying that kind of I want my own personal space, that kind of things, but we're talking about the energetic boundaries. You may not have set up your own energetic boundaries very well, and therefore when you relate with other people, when you try to converse with other people or communicate with other people, either you get magnetized by their energy, their negative energy, or they can encroach into your space, energetically speaking. So how can we create the kind of personal healthy boundaries? Is by going into the energy world to do it. Okay, and last but not least is to clear your filters. We have a lot of filters, right? So one of the filters is, for example, filters, how people see you, how you see yourself, and how you want other people to see you as well. So we can remove and yet create a new filters that can help you with your reputation and can also help you with removing some of the hot buttons that you have all these while. For example, that's now that what Darren say about the 14-year-old client, right? Having the hot button say, and whenever she saw or get close to Bangladeshi or Indian, she will have phobia. Those to her could be hot buttons. So if it can't be solved in the physical world, can we do it in the energy world? Yes, we can. Okay, so these are what will be covered in the unseen awaken the unseen energy within program. It's a brand new program and it's coming in. When was it? June, right? As I mentioned, June, right? Okay, so that's about all for this program. Any quick question from anyone regarding today's lesson or yesterday's lesson? If not, then we have completed the 3 modules that talk about the inner world. And through this, I hope you have a better understanding of your inner world and what you can do to turn on RAS and to manage your amygdala. Question so far? Okay, I'll move on to the last few slides. I will skip the quiz part here. Right, so to sum up what we covered today, we talk about the 5 shift, right? The 1 degree shift. Always go for small change. Don't go for big bang. I don't believe in that. Okay. But if you believe in that, yeah, you can go ahead do that. But remember, your amygdala will be there to block you from doing the big change. Next, what you see may not be what you get. Okay, what's important is there's one more intermediary component, which is called the meaning that you assign to what you see. That becomes your reality, and reality is personal. So we also move on to talk about the 2 filters, 2 very important filters among others. One is the RAS, and once you flip that one, you're able to, once you turn on RAS, you're able to start seeing abundance and many other things that you want to see. Okay, and at the same time, remember to tame the amygdala as well, because even though information can come in through the RAS, amygdala may stop it, may stop you from acting on the opportunities. Okay, so this is what we discovered. We talked about today, and with that, we covered the 3 modules focusing on the inner world. So before we go, please type in the chat box one liner. What have you learned today that you can bring forward in your life? Do share your insights, your inputs, what you have learned today that you think, I can use it in my life. Samuel say how to tame amygdala. Thank you very much, Samuel. Yes, indeed. We shouldn't rely on amygdala to find success. Using the wrong tools. Anyone else? Lin say tame amygdala. Oh, also tame amygdala. Okay, so coincident. So very good. So it seems like amygdala has been playing a lot of tricks on most of us, creating all the unnecessary noises. Like I said, it's their job. It's not their fault. It's their job. How about the rest? All right. So if Darren say, okay, train your monkey. Okay, the monkey mind. Train the monkey. Feed it with good quality bananas. Sure, fine and good. Okay, but train the monkey will still jump. Because this is his job to jump at every risk that he detected. All right, but of course you can feed it with good quality bananas. Calm it down. Say, okay, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, but I made the choice. Okay, have the banana. Right. So good point, Darren. Good point. Yeah. So remember, switch on the RAS and then tame the amygdala. If you can manage these two filters, I think you find a very big shift. Okay, very big shift in small ways or in your life over time, compounded over time. Or maybe 2 years later, when really bump into the street, you have stories to tell me. And it's good stories. Yeah. Okay, Ken. I think yeah. If nothing else, then I've come to the end of today's lesson. The next lesson will be next Saturday, 18 March, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Use back the same link to come in. Okay. So meanwhile, do it. Okay, test it out. Okay, test it out and see. Are you able to tame your amygdala? Are you able to switch on your RAS and things like that? Okay, so if you have question, hold your thoughts. Next week in the class, okay, ask a question. And we have them clear. Okay, so thank you for your time. Have a good week ahead and see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.